All right, welcome to another exciting, riveting, wonderful episode of the PACRats. It's me, Ian.
And Jordan Ringworm Turner.
And Frankie.
And today we got a guest. We got a guest. Can you guess who our guest is?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's your boy.
It's
Skinny
Britney Spears. It's it's Noah. Say hi, Noah.
Hi, y'all. Howdy, y'all.
Wow.
Well, they are living in the South, so.
They are living in the South. That is true. That is true. What about chicken nuggets?
I'll send it to you. I saw a Disneyland treat. I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks like a chicken nugget milkshake.
Can it be
It's
put
not.
in a handwich?
It's a churro
Oh,
shake.
somebody get me a fucking handwich.
We don't talk about the handwich.
No.
The handwich is gross.
Handwich.
The handwich is gross and should be destroyed. All right, move on.
Give me a fucking handwich right now, baby.
And we're voting you off the podcast.
This will be the 7th time.
This podcast is now just me and Jordan.
Yeah, just like it should have been from the get-go.
Ooh.
Excuse me. Wow.
Fighting words.
Wow.
Hey, remember when I was just a guest on this podcast?
I was gonna say you weren't even an original member, bitch.
Yeah, well, to be fair, they were just a guest, but they were on the first episode.
It's true.
That is true. That is true. So today's riveting episode, it's still Pride, babies. Happy Pride. We're living our gay asses up.
It's part 2 of 2
Part 2 of duh.
for 2021 Pride.
2021. And Pride. We love Pride. How's everybody's Pride Month so far?
Pretty lackluster, not gonna lie.
Mood. That's mood. Frankie, how's your Pride Month? I know you are straight, but how's your Pride Month?
I had a pretty good June. I went to a baseball game. I went to the arts festival.
Nice.
I miss the arts festival.
Yeah, you missed walking around in the heat and looking at really expensive paintings that you can't afford to buy.
Okay, hey, unpopular opinion about Pride.
While a man plays a fucking ukulele. Sorry, go on.
I think straights are included in Pride.
Are or aren't?
Are.
I agree. I think they're included.
Because it's about celebrating your sexuality, and unfortunately, straight is a sexuality.
That is really unfortunate, to be fair.
Well, I personally think it's more to celebrate, that we have allies,
No, yeah.
Because,
That's
like,
always what I interpreted.
because, like, we can,
straight people at Pride as.
right? Like, if you're at Pride,
Well, yeah,
I'm assuming you're an ally.
If you're at Pride, like, it is assumed that, like, you are okay with the gays.
Right.
Like, I don't think
Different situation.
that, like, super
Damn it,
straight
Noah.
bullshit belongs at Pride.
Well, no.
But, like, if you go to Pride and you're like, oh, I'm straight, but, like, you're there to still celebrate, like, it is implied that you support other sexualities as well.
That's so funny because there's also so much discourse right now about, especially like women in gay bars, because a lot of like gay men are like, "What are these straight women doing there?" But it's like they could be bisexual, they could be pansexual.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're allowed in the gay bars too. Like, calm down.
Just because they don't look gay doesn't mean they don't like girls.
To be fair, as I do support the LGBT community,
Here we go.
I would never be caught dead at Pride. That's too many people in a public setting.
Well,
And
right now at least.
I don't like people. Well, no, it's not even that. I don't like people.
Frankie, what if?
That's fair.
What if, hypothetically,
Yeah, I ended up liking people. Wow, that's weird.
no, we get a booth at Pride, or we're like sponsored to go to Pride, or something.
We got a fucking like dunk tank going on. What do you mean a
We-
booth?
We're
Oh,
the
hell
hit
yeah.
LGBT podcast.
Put me in the
Exactly.
fucking dunk tank.
We're invited to be guests at
To be a-
Pride.
To be a hit podcast, we got to get more than one listener.
That's outside of the three of us.
Listen,
To be
it can
fair,
happen.
I do know of one person that listened to our last episode outside of the three of us. So
It could happen.
What's it?
We just gotta have hope. We gotta start that OnlyFans.
but it can't be porn. It can't be porn.
Right, no, it's
We
just
were
gonna
just
be,
talking about how OnlyFans is not going to be porn for much longer.
Yeah, they want to move away from that, become, I guess, legitimate business. I don't know.
we're just gonna post pictures of ceiling fans or like what are those fans that move called? Somebody help me.
Oscillating fans.
Oscillating?
Thank you. I was gonna call them Omni Mover fans.
That's not, no.
That's what I was gonna call. I couldn't think of the word oscillating.
Yeah, it's a hard word.
It's a really hard word. But Pride. Speaking of Omni Movers and oscillating fans, it's Pride.
Oh, I
And
was gonna say it's 626.
Experiment 626.
Yeah, it's the 6th month and the 26th day.
It's Stitch Day.
626.
Happy Stitch Day. We're dating this podcast, but happy Stitch Day. But speaking of Pride, today we're going to be talking specifically about dating. Dating within the LGBT community, as well as dating somebody who may not be in the LGBT community. So that's what today is going to be talking about.
And one of us brought topics.
One of us did bring topics. Spoiler alert, it wasn't me or Frankie.
It was just in case we ran out of things to talk about, and
Well-
we know that's not gonna happen.
We ran into a lull already. What a shame.
Okay, well, so the first prompt I have is
Write an essay about.
having people here who have been both in and outside of the community. What is that like? What are some differences, similarities?
Let's set some foundation here, people.
Yeah, we got to set a foundation before we
We don't-
build
I'm
the
the only
house.
one who's dated outside of the community, apparently.
We don't know, like, we don't have to go into specifics, obviously, but how many relationships, since we're talking about dating, how many relationships have we all been in?
Does 2 weeks count as a relationship?
Did you define it as a relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I forget it existed sometimes, but yeah.
Then yeah, you count whatever you count as a relationship. I mean, the other person kind of has to count it as a relationship too. It can't just be like, like you looked into their window and said, "Yep, relationship." But
We talked for a few months, and
Mhm.
then we both agreed we were going to be exclusive and be each other's girlfriends, but that only lasted for 2 weeks.
yeah, I think that's a relationship then.
And our first date was 12 hours.
That's a long date.
Oh, I remember this.
That's the gayest thing I've
Well, I mean, she was a lesbian, so.
I remember this. I'm surprised you didn't move in immediately.
Well, we talked about it.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
I was looking for a place to live.
We love stereotypes.
Well, we didn't talk about it. She offered it, and I said no.
Okay.
Okay, how
So-
many relationships then?
I am on my 4th.
You're on your 4th.
Mhm. I am currently in my 3rd.
I've been in. Fuck, I was not thinking. I've
You
been
need a
in
minute?
4. No, I've been in 4.
Nice.
No, it's your turn. You count it. Oh my god, he's counting on his fingers.
Oh, that's what I did too.
9.
Oh shit.
How many? How many?
9.
That's so. What? Jesus Christ.
9, Guido. Happy
Now-
birthday.
now,
to
I
you.
have- Actually, I have a clarifying question. When we're
Yeah.
counting the relationships, are we counting just like with the person, or like if we broke up and got back together? Is that a separate relationship?
I think that's up to you. I would count it as the same relationship personally.
I
Okay,
would
then
too.
then it's 4. Then it's 4.
No,
we
it
were
doesn't change
padding-
for you.
If we were padding my stats, it would be 6. But
Hmm.
actually, no, it would be 7. I'm stupid. I forgot.
Noah, does that change anything for
I'm
you?
a hooker.
You're not a hooker. I'm just a silly straight boy.
Yeah, a slut. No. I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ!
It's okay. I like when you talk dirty
What was that, Noah?
to me. I like when you talk dirty.
Ooh.
Talk
Watch
dirty.
out, Jordan.
Okay.
We don't have the rights to that song.
Oh, well,
And
of the actual song.
of the 4 of us here today, I mean, I guess you guys, the audience, can glean this from the answers, but how many of us are actually in relationships currently as we record?
I mean, technically, Noah and I are in the same relationship.
That's
You
true.
are.
But you are both technically in a relationship.
I am also in a relationship currently.
And
I
I am
wish we
not.
could have your boy here.
He
I'd
is
love to hear his his
He is-
insights.
busy in Wisconsin at the moment. He is doing opera.
Pretentious.
Listen.
An actor having a job.
He's
at
not
a
an
time
actor.
Like this.
He's not an actor. He's a tech person. So of course he's gonna have a job.
An artist having a job at a time like this.
In this economy?
In this economy, yeah. He
in
does.
this American economy? How dare you?
But he sends his love. He says hi to everybody.
But so yeah, so 3 of the people are in relationships.
And you're dabbling.
Yeah, I'm dabbling, I guess we could say.
You're dabbing. Yeah.
You're not in anything serious, but you're in some casual stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Casual Kelly. Yeah. That's what we're calling you, Casual Kelly.
Don't call me Casual Kelly. Actually, don't.
Fine, call you Cadet Kelly.
Yes.
Don't call me Cadet Kelly either,
Why?
because I don't want to be called
Are
Cadet.
you against lesbians, Frankie,
No, I'm not.
in this Pride Month?
Wait, no, I have something to tell you after the podcast because I think if I said it on the podcast, Frankie would murder me.
Jeez. Well, that's gonna go great. So, I'm in a relationship. Jordan and Noah are in a relationship, and we've all each had a number of relationships.
Yeah, but not as many as Noah.
Okay.
No. No, not as many.
No, not as many.
Noah's been dating since he was 6.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's far.
Since you were 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
How old were
8.
you in 7th grade?
You were 11 or 12, right?
In 7th grade? That's like 13.
Oh.
No.
That's not true.
I was 14 in
That's 8th
high
grade.
school.
14, 15 is freshman year.
Yeah, I was 14.
Oh, okay.
That's not true at all. What do you mean? What do you mean 14, 15? 13, 14 is freshman year?
No,
Because it's 13,
14,
14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17. No, you're right. Never mind. I did the
Look,
math
I
wrong.
might not be
I
able
did the
to
math
read,
wrong.
but I can do a little bit of math.
Just a little bit.
I did the math wrong. I'm stupid. Never mind.
Okay, it's okay.
Just the
I'm tired. I'm tired today.
So we can all agree Noah's, in a lot, and then we have some relationships.
yeah.
Now just to also update and from the last episode, well, not update, but just to restate, who are the queers, who are the straights?
Oh.
No, I think you have to decide at this
I
point.
can't. I'm not about to come out on this podcast. Do it
I'm-
straight.
I'm a dirty fucking straight.
Boo. Shame.
Yeah,
Boo
same
me.
him.
Yeah, go ahead. Boo
Do
me.
me next. I like it.
You have to come out as straight first.
I'm a filthy non-binary queer.
Oh god. Hi, my name is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
I am a gender fluid, pronoun indifferent. I go with pansexual, but if we're honest, it's technically omnisexual.
Turtle.
Being, yeah, you're right. I'm a turtle.
You are a turtle.
I'm a crazy guinea pig lady. Yeah. Am I forgetting anything? I'm white.
Do you want to tell us your social security as well?
Yeah, it's
Would you like to tell us your credit card numbers, the expiration month and year, and the security code on the back?
as well as your social security number? You might as well give us your birth certificate at this point. Your blood
Okay.
type.
Yeah, I'll give that to the social media team.
Mm-hmm.
Great. They'll post it immediately.
They'll tweet that out.
Yeah, we'll tweet that out.
On the Twitter we don't use.
That social media team really needs to get on it, you know?
God, I know.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, I'm gay as fuck. I'm a switch. I've never made a decision in my life.
Also a fact.
but so just to give a little idea of our sexualities, gender expressions, all that before we get into this discussion of dating.
Well, if
I
you want to
believe
know
it's
that, listen to the last episode. We discussed it.
well, it's
Um,
been a minute.
They have you. It's on YouTube. What do you mean? They can access it.
They can do it.
They can
and by
click
they we
things.
mean Ian.
I'm being a good podcast host, okay?
Yes, but you're acting like we do this for like the people who they don't listen, but like doing this for people. I do this for no one
That's true.
except for myself.
You never know. I mean, I do this for friendship, but you never know. A person might find this.
Specifically for Frankie.
Specifically for
Yeah. We might. Yeah, a person might find this when the world ends and the internet is the only thing left, and aliens come to the Earth and they find this
And
podcast.
then we'll be popular and make money. So there.
We'll be
We'll
dead.
be dead.
He'll be dead.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
So I think another point we need to clarify before we move on is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Noah is the only one here who has dated a straight. Have I dated a straight? I mean, I guess you're straight, so yeah, I've dated a straight, but like, are you straight? Because you're dating me.
Yeah, I don't. It's a whole gray area that I don't really understand.
And that's okay. You don't have to understand yet.
I have dated several questioning girls/women. Most of them who were undecided at the time that we broke up, and or had experimented during our time together. So yeah, I don't know what else I had to add to that, but that's yeah. But I have, I guess, I mean, a very long time ago, I guess you would say, I dated someone who I would consider fully straight.
And then you never went
Amazing.
back.
And then I never went back because it's not as fun. Gotta
Nice.
keep things spicy.
Spicy. And Frankie is a straight who dates.
Who dates people? Yeah. What do you mean?
Well,
What the fuck kind of bullshit is this?
you just said that like you have never dated a straight person, but you are a straight who dates.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure about my first girlfriend, but everyone else, yeah, not straight.
Right.
And here at the PACRats, we assume gay until proven straight.
That is very true.
About assuming.
What?
You really
It makes an
makes
ass.
out of you and me.
I thought you were the funny.
That was funny. I laughed.
That's not
Good
funny.
one,
Thank
Noah.
you. Thank you.
I was
Frankie.
trying to think of a joke about ass eating, but I couldn't think one time.
You know what they say about assuming. Eventually you eat ass, I guess.
I mean, I've been trying.
Well, so that next point. So that point, that first point, because we haven't even gotten to the first point.
And that's just like a general, like that is just a jumping off point. That does not have to be the whole conversation.
Eating ass?
So what was? I'm lost.
Yes.
What was the topic?
Dating in the community versus outside of the community. Similarities, differences.
Oh,
Better, worse.
Honestly, like mostly it's very similar. I think it all depends on like how you view the situation that you're in, because like I don't, other than like the obvious differences between like you and my other partners, like I don't think that I treat you much differently. Obviously I love you more because you're amazing, but like it's just all right. Well, I'm gonna stop talking now.
This is straight erasure.
Frankie also went.
Yeah.
Somebody fucking cancel me. Get it over with.
We don't have a youth in the sound booth. I am so sorry.
No.
Um.
But yeah, I mean, it's mostly like I would say that like at least 75% of the time it's very similar. Other than like the only thing, like the only issue, quote unquote, that I think that I would deal with in our relationship differently is like dysphoria, and that is like that's really kind of like hit or miss, I guess. It just for you specifically depends on
Not dysphoria.
literally anything.
Not dysphoria. That's the show with Zendaya, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. No, I am of course kidding. I do know what dysphoria is.
I was gonna make a joke, but I couldn't think.
Intimate with dysphoria.
I was also gonna make a joke, Ian, but I couldn't think of the name of the movie or who was in it fast enough. So
Zendaya is Michi.
Zendaya is Michi.
I was thinking of the Shia LaBeouf film Disturbia, actually. You know who else is in that movie? Viola Davis. She just pops up everywhere that you don't remember.
Bless. I love that for her.
I'm trying to think. There's certainly. I mean, Noah, we assume is straight for now.
Okay. So I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Noah. I'm a cis, straight, bisexual leaning, white male.
Hi, Noah.
I'm gonna correct myself and eliminate bisexual leaning and go bi-curious.
Okay.
Unclear.
You
Fully
still
unclear.
identify as demi at all?
I do identify as demisexual. Yeah, I think I got them all. I could probably do Ashley Gavin's intro better than I can do my own intro. Hi, my name is Ashley Gavin. I'm a cis gay white woman. Anyway.
That's a fantastic podcast, by the way. If you guys need some just total gay gossip in your life about sex, it's called We're Having Gay Sex.
It's great.
It's fantastic.
I'll be honest. I don't need any more podcasts in my life.
I was gonna say same. I listen to too many.
I love We're Having Gay Sex.
I need to cut down on my podcast listening. Actually, I have an addiction. It's bad. Anyway.
No, I get that. I'm at the point now where I would rather listen to a podcast than watch a TV show.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so
Vampire Diaries, of course. Right, Frankie?
Yeah, Vampire Diaries. Woo!
So, Jordan.
Sorry, yes. Oh, that's right. I started to talk.
This is another point of things that I have to deal with.
This is because I'm I wouldn't call myself neurotypical.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, I have ADHD, so that's just name of the game, baby.
I wouldn't call you typical.
No, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I have it. You were laying on top of it. Sorry. So my first relationship, we'll leave quality of relationship aside, because I don't think that has anything to do with the conversation we're having now.
Right, yeah. Quality has
But,
nothing to do.
My first relationship was with a bisexual cis male. My second relationship, don't know how they identify now, but at the time of dating, it was non-binary individual who identified as a lesbian. I'm 100% sure that has changed, just don't know what it is now. And then I dated a lesbian for 2 weeks. She was cis. And now I'm with Noah. Yeah. And I would say that the biggest difference is just that it's not sensitive is not the word I want to use. It's just I don't really know what word to use in its place. But I do not have to be as cautious and observant over how we are identifying. If that
Wait,
makes sense.
Are you calling Noah sensitive?
No.
Okay, but yes. Because so here's the thing. That's another difference, especially in this relationship, because Jordan is gender fluid. I find myself, and I think about it constantly, I find myself calling Jordan she almost 100% of the time, except when I'm around friends who typically would who know or would typically call Jordan they. Around my family I say she, and that's
kind of a personal choice that we've chosen to make at this point in time.
Yeah, and I feel guilty about it sometimes, because it's that's the easier thing to do rather than saying they, and then having to go through the whole thing of oh, my girlfriend, which the term girlfriend in itself implies gender, and then say my girlfriend is
non-binary, gender fluid, female leaning. Like it's a
Not
whole
female leaning.
I mean, female presenting. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't mean to misgender you as I'm talking about misgendering you.
I feel like I'm very neutral leaning,
Yeah.
if anything, but like
Chaotic
can't
neutral leaning,
lean.
yes.
yes. I feel like you can't lean a specific way with gender, especially with gender fluidity. Like it just happens.
Right.
But that's something that I have found that I am usually very aware of, is that like I say it and then immediately think, oh, was like that the appropriate time to like say that?
But like also in your defense, okay, so we've known each other for like a few years now, but we haven't like known each other for very long. We have only been together for just over a year at this point. And since we have been talking, I have been on this absurd, like feminine presenting. I've always been like female presenting, but like I have never felt feminine for as long as I have since we have been talking. And I don't know what that's about. Because personally, most of my life, I felt pretty fucking neutral. And especially in the beginning of college, if I was not neutral, I was masculine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, right around the time I started kind of like getting into Noah, I was like just on this hot feminine streak. I started wearing makeup more often, which I don't wear makeup much anymore again because fuck makeup. But like I have been wearing a lot more jewelry and like dressing and making the conscious choice to dress feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, I mean, I don't know if that is like part of your she assumption, but
It could be. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
My subconscious works in mysterious ways.
it's just your heteronormativity.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, it probably is a little bit. And like that's a little fucked up. But like that's something that I'm working on.
Anyway, all that to the point of that is my biggest difference between the relationships is I don't have to worry about like, you know, like what gender are we feeling? How do we want to identify? I don't
Mhm.
have to be sensitive to like, oh, what kind of homophobia did you face today?
Well, considering I identify as a pork rind,
About that. I'm Jewish.
okay. Well, we have to go talk about some things.
Not a pork rind. Shit.
I don't think I've ever had a pork.
They're kind of gross. Not missing much.
I feel like I
Yeah,
would
they're-
like it.
They're kind of, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
Okay. So for me, okay,
You're a gold star gay, aren't you? No,
I
you're a
I
platinum gay.
I very much am. Very much am platinum. Because
Explain these terms for people.
so gold star gay usually means has never dated someone who is female presenting, never has even touched, you know, that a vagine.
That puss
Mm.
puss.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
canceled.
I at least was trying to go for a good term, and then Jordan.
Pretty soon it's
I
only
was-
going to be
I
Noah
was
who's
harking
invited
back
back.
to our Yahoo episode. The dove spider had puss puss.
Pretty soon Noah's going to be the person from that apartment that's invited back.
Oh my god.
Matt Finnegan.
Well, Finn's always invited.
Yeah, Finn's always. I'm surprised. Why won't you let Finn talk?
Let
Do you
Finn
want him to
swear.
talk?
Let Finn say a swear.
Okay, pick him up. He'll swear.
On everybody.
He's
I need.
already talking. No, all Noah had to do was stand up.
I
Oh,
can't hear him.
God.
So
Oh, Lord. Here he is.
there he is.
Okay.
That's not a swear. He has his juices all over his chin.
Jeez. Okay. Don't. All right. What is
No, he
platinum?
was standing in the litter
Ian?
box.
So for platinum, it's referring to the fact that when I was born,
Mhm.
I was born a C-section. So
Wow.
yeah,
You have like never touched a vagina.
no, I never have.
I
I-
mean, like, okay, if you
I
want to
was
go
born-
like all the way back to when you were a little spermy.
No, we're not. We're not going that far back.
Technically, biologically, it didn't touch the vagina.
There you go. Science.
I don't know that.
Did you not? Did you not take anatomy in high school?
Oh, are you considering the vagina and the vaginal canal separate?
They are separate.
Okay, well,
So Ian, even as a sperm, would never have touched a vagina.
Platinum, I'm telling you. So that's
What's
me.
higher than platinum?
Nothing.
Diamond, baby.
Oh, I'm
you want a
diamond then.
cookie?
Ooh.
Like,
the you want a cookie, guys.
I do want a cookie.
If you give
Actually,
a cake.
somebody please give me a For 99 cents, you too can support a gay in search of a cookie. So yeah, so I'm a diamond gay. Those who I have had relationships with have all been, for the most part, male identifying. My first one was. The second one at the time was male identifying, but now is, like myself, non-binary. And then my current man is a tall, white, cisgender gay male.
Wow.
And when I say tall, I mean like giant, like
Yeah, like taller than Noah,
Jack and the
which is
Beanstalk.
terrifying.
Like too tall.
He's not too tall. He is just right.
Ian, he's so tall he can't ride a roller coaster.
That is true.
that's so sad. Which one can't he
What?
ride?
He
The
can't
steel
ride the steel
curtain.
curtain.
Oh, that sucks. Not
He
even
is
like the.
he is 2
the-
inches above the restraint.
Wait, how tall is he?
6'6".
Oh, that sucks.
He's too tall, Ian. He's too tall, Jones.
Even in
I
like
bet you
the
won't say
larger
that to his
person's
face.
feet?
I will. I'll say it to anyone's face. I'll insult
Well, the
everyone.
larger person's seat is not just height.
Yeah, but like
Well,
it.
he would slip out the other way.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
'cause he'd be too skinny.
sucks.
I would
Well,
insult
usually,
everyone on this podcast to their face. I just want everyone to know that.
I want you to do it not to my face. I want you to do it right now. Roast me.
Noah, you're also too tall. You're not as too tall as Ian's guy, but you're also too tall.
I feel like
Anything
you could roast me better.
you're not the ideal male height.
Okay.
As we all know, because we all know the ideal male height. Ian and I aren't the ideal male height either. We're 1 inch
No,
short.
you're short.
Yeah, we're too short. The ideal male height, as we all know, 5'6".
Yeah. I know. I'm 1 inch above it.
Are you
Technically.
5'7"?
I am 5'7".
Yeah. So Ian's too tall. Noah, you're too tall. I'm too short.
Well, I never thought I would be in a too tall thing.
I'm
We've
too
made
short.
progress.
Yeah, Jordan and I both too short. So
I'm
Noah, you're
only
too tall.
4'11".
Sorry, I'll try to do
Above 6 foot, freakish. So you're freakishly tall.
better. I'm not
Finnegan?
above 6 foot.
Are you 6 foot exactly?
I'm exactly 6 foot.
So fine, 6 foot and above. Freakish.
Wow. Rude.
I'll change it for you.
Finnegan is not only the ideal male height, but the ideal male physique.
Is Finnegan 5'6"? Jesus Christ. The world's largest guinea pig.
5'6" Finnegan. I would die.
What's interesting,
He seems to like
'cause-
this idea.
because when you were talking, Noah,
Mhm.
about with Jordan's gender identity, it made me think a lot about my current partner with Evan, because out of any of my relationships, I mean, this is the first relationship that I'm having identifying as non-binary. Before, I just identified as a cis gay male, but now we've discovered we have been through the wilderness. We made it through, and we non-binary here, folks. So this is my first relationship identifying as such, and it just made me think, because I've never had to like explain, like I've never been in a relationship with somebody that like I've had to like tell them, hey, like I'm not cisgender, like, hey, just letting you know. And I know that you prefer men, but what's been what I have really enjoyed, and what I am kind of grateful for, is that like he's been very proactive in my pronouns and such, even when like talking to his parents. Like, his parents are still, I mean, older generations are always going to have some issues with pronouns, because of different times and such, but and like generational differences. But he's been very like kind of proactive in being like, hey, it's they, like they them, and like I'm grateful for that. Of course, me being me, I'm like, it's fine, like I get it, like you don't have to, like, it's fine. But it's been very interesting, honestly.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure if you have anything else to say, but like, obviously, other than pronouns, are there any other differences within yourself that you've noticed? Like, do you know kind of what I'm trying to like get to, like, from past relationships to this relationship? Like,
I mean, the thing about my past relationships is like they weren't long enough for us to get to any other point. So like this is the first, like, if like this is the first relationship that is getting to certain points, like that you sort of like in relationships that you sort of check off and all that good stuff. So like it's kind of new territory for me. So I'm still personally learning.
right.
What I'll say about me is that I'm definitely more comfortable in this
Like,
one.
that was gonna be, I was gonna ask, do you feel like more pressured or less pressured to identify?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think in my relationship I'm pressured at all. I think right now, for me personally, I'm just pressuring myself in general, if that makes sense. Like, and like I know, like, it's kind of a soapbox, but not really. I know everybody says, like, you don't have to look a certain way or be a certain way to be non-binary or trans or anything like that. However, for me, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with, and this might be a little too much, but like I don't feel comfortable with the way I look personally, and like especially like in like personal style, personal, like how I want to show off in the world, like show who I am in the world. So if there's any like I don't know, uncomfy or like weirdness that I'm feeling, it's not anything to do with my relationship. It's completely fine. It's just with myself personally.
Yeah, and I get that too. Some of it is, we'll just say, gendered, and some of it is just also like general discomfort.
Right.
I mean, that's like I wish I didn't have as much of a stomach. That's just like a general thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, like a gendered thing is, and you guys know this. I've been very unhappy with my chest for years.
Right.
And then even going a bit further than that, and this is something I don't think I've really talked about with Noah before. I have always wanted to present gay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have always wanted to be able to walk down the street and people look at me and go, "Oh, that person's gay."
Right.
And you know how that happens has changed. I wanted to look very butch for a long time, and then I was like, "Oh no, I want to look more like androgynous." Like I want people to look at me and not like know what I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of now settled more into like the soft boy look,
Mm-hmm.
which I I guess technically the soft boy that's more androgynous, but not androgynous.
Teach me your ways, because that's kind of where I want to go.
Yeah. I don't have any soft boy-esque clothing, but and all that just to say that like I want to look gay, but at the same time I've kind of come to a point where when I go out with Noah, I don't want people to think we are just friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if I look too gay, they're gonna be like, oh, that is a straight guy with his gay friend. Like, those are the guys hanging out.
Just a couple of dudes being dudes.
Right.
Two bros.
I would, however, be okay with people perceiving us as two men dating.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's gay.
But, like, it's just kind of one of those things, and it's also, I'm gender fluid. I want to look very masculine one day and very feminine, maybe even, like, the next second.
Right.
So, like, style is just everywhere. My
Yeah.
closet, not full of the same stuff.
Right. Right. I don't know. I'm just kind of in. I don't want to say a weird headspace right now, but I'm kind of in a space where I'm like, okay,
You're just figuring stuff out.
yeah, we're all figuring stuff out.
Frankie, any thoughts?
About what? What's going on?
Dating.
Frankie's like, I checked out, not gay.
I mean, I don't really. I don't know what I can add to the conversation that something that Noah hasn't said already. I like I said, everyone I've dated, as far as I know, hasn't been straight,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not in those relationships anymore, and I don't know what any of them have come out publicly, so I don't want to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to.
But I don't like what like what I identify as. So I don't want to say anything about that, but but I'll say it never really like and maybe it's because I've never dated a straight person, so maybe that would be different. But
Mm-hmm.
but it never really came up as like
Yeah.
one of my relationships. They came out to me as as part of the LGBT community, and I knew they were part of it going in, but like a different part.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Are you okay with this?" And I was like, "Yeah, it doesn't like change who you are as a person." So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much of the idea that a relationship is more about who the person is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
as a person and not their gender identity or sexual orientation.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a question. You and Noah can both talk about this, I guess.
Well, Noah, you've been given
Um,
permission to talk.
Wow. What's it like?
You're about to find out.
Wow.
No, you can talk anytime.
Oh,
No, you're only allowed to talk when Jordan gives you permission.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
giving Noah permission.
You're not Jordan, so.
I didn't realize
I
this
could
was
be.
a
I'll
throuple.
take off my mask. Takes off mask. I'm also Jordan.
Anyway, so, and Frankie, I know, I think we talked about in the last episode that you just were around, you grew up around the community.
Yeah.
So you might not have much to give to this,
Mm.
but we're there, before you got into relationships with people in the community,
Mm-hmm.
was there anything that you thought, like you thought it was going to be a certain way, or like you had notions or whatever going into it that ended up not being
What do
quite
you
right?
What do you mean by that?
Like, okay, you start like talking to someone and you agree to start dating, you know they're in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any, I guess, stereotypes that you had heard about that you were like, oh, this is what dating a gay person is going to be like, and then it ended up like not being true?
I mean, I don't think so. I can't say that. Again, yeah, because maybe I grew up around the community a little bit more than other people had.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of had as well. More so like once I got to high school, I feel like, because our friend that we live with now was my best friend in high school, and he's gay as shit. So, um, that and like just being in theater in general, like that's just theater is so tightly integrated with the LGBTQ plus community that it's like it's impossible not to be around it when you're involved with that. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I was like desensitized to it, but like I didn't have like any expectations, I would say. It was just kind of like it's gonna be a little bit different and figure it out as we go.
Okay. Ian, I guess
Yeah.
we could talk about this too, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean,
Oh,
we were closeted
yeah.
for a while.
Alternatively, what is it like to date a straight person or
What? Ian's never dated a straight
well,
person.
I've never
Yeah,
dated.
more a
Ian, what's
specific
it
question
like
for
dating a straight?
yeah, Ian, what's it like?
Fucking weird. Straight should like burn in hell. No.
On my way.
Hey,
No. What is the question, Jordan? That you're trying to?
so like we were closeted for quite a while.
What's it like in there?
Well, you were not closeted nearly as long as I was.
I wasn't. Yeah. No, I wasn't closeted as much as you were.
But like before you started dating, was there anything about like gay men that you like had heard about and then they were like not being true?
Oh, that were sluts.
Was that like something you were worried about? You were like, how am I gonna have a serious relationship?
Oh, for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was so worried. Like, I think too. Like, because of, and this is also just something that is prevalent in gay society. Like, if you don't look a certain way, if you don't, or if you act a certain way, or there's so many factors into dating in the gay world, or like supposed factors in the gay world that like from like all like from like society and such that like if you didn't fit any of that, there was no way it was going to happen.
Mm.
Yeah, even like I am always astounded when Ashton tells us about his like adventures and like trying to date and stuff, how much like fucking bullshit he has to put up with stuff like this about like
also kind of
yeah, it's like it's a little bit the people that he goes after, but like it's also like so like so specific about like certain things and like this and that and the other thing and like he's also a police officer, so like a lot of people in the community are like um in like involved in like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, and so they're like instantly against him, and it's like it's like a whole thing for him specifically, but like I'm sure for other people as well, because like you said, there's just so much that goes into it, I guess, and it's crazy to me.
Ian,
Yes.
as well, not you, because I know you as a person, but of like the people like that stereotype of like promiscuousness and sluttiness in the gay community, it didn't help that of the people who were out at our high school,
Right.
kind of
Went
gave
with that
into the
stereotype.
stereotype. Yeah. So of the
For
people
sure.
that were out, minus Ian, really like pressed into that stereotype.
Oh, definitely,
So
definitely.
was that like also more making it like a little more difficult?
To like start dating?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Or like the expectations of what dating would be, because like you hear the stereotype, and you hear a lot of stereotypes. So, like growing up in a Japanese American family, you hear the stereotypes of like, oh, Asians are bad drivers. But then obviously I know my family and they're good drivers. So like I was just like, okay, it's just a stupid like racist joke.
Right.
But like you hear this stereotype and then you see the people at least in our hometown, in our high school, kind of
acting upon it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it definitely colored my like image of what it should be dating. I mean, it doesn't help that like after that, like my freshman year at college, like I was slutting it up because of it.
everyone goes through a whole
Yeah,
phase.
slut it up.
Right. So like
Except
that's
for
kind of
me.
what I
Do you guys remember
but-
when I went to Florida and I was like, I'm gonna have a whole phase?
and you
and
didn't.
then your whole
And I
phase was
didn't.
seeing Finding Nemo the musical every day
Your whole phase was almost getting into a relationship.
It
with
really
Finding
was.
Nemo the musical.
Jordan, you and I aren't meant for hoe phases.
No, I used the term this morning when we were talking serial monogamist.
But even then, like my hoe phase wasn't even like that big. Like to be honest, like it was not a big hoe phase, and I didn't enjoy it. Like I hated
Ian,
it.
can I make a confession?
Tell me.
Not when I first met you, because that was technically the Drowsy Chaperone auditions.
Wow.
Ta-da!
Throwback Thursdays.
Chop da da! Pan da!
He's been doing this all week. You have no idea.
Back it up! Nice and flat. Then you gotta tell it out.
But like
Wait,
when I
wait.
first started,
Side note. Hold on. Before we continue, do you remember when there was a giant ass fight in the dressing room about Legally Blonde the musical?
Oh my god, yes, because I fucking started that fight.
I'm glad
Oh
that
my
Noah
God.
can reminisce about starting fights.
Wow. I almost started a
And it
fucking
turned
fist fight.
into World War III in our dressing room.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't remember this.
Oh my god.
When
I
when
think it
we're
was
done with the
Vic.
podcast.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. But yes,
Anyway.
Jordan, what are you gonna say about me?
When I first like started hanging out with you, I like was under the impression that you not were like slutty, But that you enjoyed like hookups.
No,
And that was something you like actively like pursued.
You
no,
were fucking wrong.
I was very wrong.
Well, I mean that became
But
very
you were very wrong.
apparent.
Yeah, because like it's not. I
Well-
was just sad and lonely. Like, to be honest. Also, like, if we're being completely like honest, like the thing with, as Frankie was saying, like we didn't have that good, like, I don't want to say role models, but like the stereotype was very prevalent in our high school, and many of those people that like perpetuated that stereotype like were not, I wouldn't say were not a fan of me, but like they did not like me like that. So I didn't feel left out, but I kind of felt like I just didn't belong or like didn't fit in. So I kind of, I don't want to say I put up a front, but like I felt like I had to act upon it in order to be accepted within a community. And as the years went by, I was like, I don't like this. Like I'm definitely more of a traditionalist when it comes to relationships. I'm like, let's go on the date. Let's go. Like let's get to know each other. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but like, and I'm not gonna be mad at it either, but like I'm very much like a little more traditional when it comes to my dating style, I guess.
Yeah.
And like
I would classify you as a family man.
A family man.
which is ironic because I don't like kids.
Well,
Same.
you cannot be a family man without kids. In my opinion.
Dog dad.
You can adopt younger gays without like officially adopting them.
Right. The babe. I mean, I was. I mean, I was the mother of the choir and the mother of many people in school. So I've always been a mother. A mother.
Frankie, I feel like you've had rather little input on these things. I want to hear more from Frankie.
Let me see if I have any.
I don't know what
topics
to
that better include
share,
Frankie.
Noah.
What has your experience been mostly dating? Have you dated like different I would say different types, like they're fucking Pokemon. Different types.
We are.
Yeah, a water type, a fire type.
Catch them all.
Wait,
Have
do
you
you
been
guys
dating?
know? Do you guys know all your signs?
My gang signs, yeah.
Yeah.
Bloods.
I know which signs to throw so I don't get in trouble.
No.
I know a stop sign. I know a yield
Like-
sign. I know.
I know road work ahead sign.
Yeah, it's famous
Yeah,
here in
sure
PA.
hope it does.
You know, I
You
know.
guys know your
what kind of fucking drive test
ascending.
Oh, are you talking fucking astrology signs? Give that. I'm
Yeah.
not. I know one sign. I know Taurus. That's it. I don't do astrology stuff.
You don't do like the rising and the moon and.
No, I thought there was one fucking sign, and then everyone's like, "No, what's your rising and your waning and what's your sleeping sign and what's your sign when you're driving on Tuesdays at noon?" And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't
My sleeping sign is an off switch because I turn my brain off.
That's
like
the
fuck.
same.
I have no idea. I don't signs are just. I think
I'm triple fire, right?
Yeah. Jordan's
I
a
wanna-
triple fire sign, and if
I wanna say
anybody
this.
didn't know that, they were wrong.
before I offend these people who believe in this crap. If you want to like believe in astrology and have fun with it, have at it. You're not hurting anybody.
It's better than believing in ghosts.
But like, if you're gonna like use it to like dictate how you live your life,
Oh yeah, no, that's not.
like get the fuck out of here. Like
God, no.
I've never once on a date, like or picking someone to date, go, what's your sign? And they're like, I'm a fucking Aries. I'm like, well, can't date you.
Yeah, no, I don't. Nothing about my life is based off of it. I just think it's like cool tidbits. So some other topics.
Wait,
I'm sorry, what was
can
the
I
question?
return to my question?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
you
so
can.
sorry.
Frankie, have you dated like different different styles of
Different
members of the
styles.
LGBT community?
Yeah.
Different
Well,
places.
Different flavors, let's say.
let's say, yeah.
What degree of LGBT? It's like
Yeah.
the degree of toastiness.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of my exes came out as trans after like a couple years after we broke up. And I know that was public. And Ian knows who I'm talking about.
I do.
And so but I think yeah, they were all different. They all identified as different uh sexual orientations
Mhm.
and eventually all different gender identities.
That's
But
kind of
not
neat, though.
while we were dating.
Right.
Interesting.
But they, in a sense, they were though. It just was not.
they
known.
they hadn't discovered it. They hadn't come to, like Ian said, Ian recently
Right.
came to the realization.
So to Noah's question, were there any, and you can get as into detail or as vague as you want about it for,
Yeah.
privacy reasons, but
I'm gonna be super vague about it.
were you
To
ever
confuse
like
Noah.
suspicious that
Um,
like it may be a thing before even they caught on? Because like obviously you have friends.
Yeah.
Candor to say that almost
well,
100% of your social circle is in the community in one way or another.
yeah. So with the one, it was in high school, so there wasn't a lot of like.
Right, because plus when we were in high school, this was like 2010, 2011 to 2015. Frankie and I were both in high school, so like conversations about
This
sexuality
didn't happen.
and gender identity were still incredibly
Very
rare.
hush hush.
Very
It was
hush
like-
hush, very rare. Like
it was
unless
like
you were on Tumblr.
There was a kid in our school who was a freshman my senior year, right? And it was like controversial that he was gay and like on the football team. Like the choir kids that were on the football team had to like protect him. That's what it was like in high school. You know who I'm talking about, Ian.
I am. I do.
That's also I think the area too that you guys are
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, but like so that's kind of like the level of it. Like it was a thing of like Ian, the school knew Ian was gay and knew there were a couple other people that were out publicly as gay in high school, but that was the extent of it.
I mean, let's be honest. For at least 3 years, it was just me.
Yeah, for a lot of the time it was just Ian, and then more people started to come out. But like,
I'm not saying it was because of me, but
there was
a trendsetter, baby.
There was a certain thing of like that was the height of it. Like no one would even think about like you wouldn't. I don't think anyone was out as a lesbian or as bisexual, let alone identifying as anything other than male or female publicly in our high school. So with the one relationship in high school, looking back on it now, because I'm around so many people in the community, there were a couple obvious signs, and Ian knows my whole relationship history with this person.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what the signs are that I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Correct.
And these ones this is like really personal, so I won't get into it.
And you don't have to.
But there were some obvious signs with the other relationship where the person came out to me during the middle of the relationship. It wasn't when I got the text, because it was over text that it happened. I wasn't shocked. Like I wouldn't have probably like identified it before they did.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got the text, I wasn't like, "Oh wow, this is a big shocking reveal." It kind of made sense.
Yeah, that's always something that like I have never really understood. I don't like so I'm a big like Reddit thing. And like I'll read.
Wait a second. Do we have a fucking Redditor on our podcast, people?
Oh,
Is
you
there a
better
fucking
believe.
is there a fucking Redditor here?
I don't post. I won't say I've never posted on Reddit.
Oh,
I've
you're like
never posted
you're a lurker.
anything, like
I'm
a lurker.
Are we gonna call you when you come on now Noah the Redditor?
Yeah, definitely.
You need to
But
think
anyway.
we need to think of a theme song.
So I've seen
Noah,
so
the
many
Redditor.
posts of like on the
That's
relationship
so many
subreddit
there.
that's like, yo, my like partner of like 20 years came out as like gay or bisexual and is like leaving me. Like, what do I do? And like, how do you not know? Is my thing. Like, are you like so blind on purpose to the fact that like this person probably pretty obviously likes something else?
I think again
I don't know.
it could come down to the fact like if they're not around it.
I mean, yeah,
And it's not something that because like in high school with the person who has now has come out as transgender.
Mm-hmm.
If they had come out as transgender in high school, to me at that time in high school, that would have been a fucking shock. I don't think in high school, this would have been what, my senior year, Ian?
Yeah.
I don't think I had even ever heard the term transgender when I was a senior in high school.
Right.
I had heard LGBT. I did not know what the T stood for.
Right.
And so
yeah, no, legit, like I did not know. I knew what transgender was. I did not know anything about gender fluid, non-binary. Like I did not learn or find out or learn about it until college. Because where we grew up.
With those kind of posts, I think maybe it does have a lot to do with like where did this person grow up? What era did they grow up in? Is this something that was talked about in public at that time?
Right. And I think too, I not to like take over, but I think too, like with stuff like that, you know, it's kind of a journey within oneself, and sometimes people are just afraid, you know, because you never know. And I think, Jordan, you can agree with me on this. You never know if when you're talking to like somebody who is cisgender and like straight cisgender, especially white men, if you tell them this, if it's going to be like harmful, like if they're going to hurt you in some way, you know? So I think there's a big fear in that regard as well.
I would like to apologize for my entire race.
And I think, again, not sure. I think I've told you this, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. So again, if it wasn't clear to anyone out there, I have known Noah for like 5-ish years.
54 years. Oh, sorry.
But like,
54, yeah.
We have not like been friends for that amount of time.
We were acquainted.
We were like school acquaintances.
Mhm.
We
Schoolyard
worked on multiple
chums?
shows
School
together.
chums.
We were chums.
I was gonna say school chums.
You, didn't you?
We had worked on shows together, but that was like pretty much all our conversation was limited to was, hey, put your underwear in the basket.
My fucking
Um,
what?
And you're still
like,
saying that to
now
this
you say
day.
that to me for real.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Put your like undershirt and everything
Yeah.
in the basket. Like that was pretty much all of our
Turn your shit inside out and hang on the mirror.
It was pretty much like all that we talked about was, and when you came up to me in the middle of the show, I think that was maybe the longest conversation we'd ever had. And you were like, I don't know where my shoe is.
Where are my shoes?
Where are my Nazi boots?
Help.
I was like, I don't know. That one was your job. But anyway, and like I did not know Noah pretty much at all. And
Mystery man.
I
I'm
knew
basically Mysterio. It's fine.
by
Did
the
you say you're
time-
Rey Mysterio?
I said I'm basically Mysterio.
Oh, I thought you said Rey Mysterio. I got
No, not
Right.
everyone likes WWE. Frankie, get over it.
Hey,
Wow.
hey. Rey Mysterio is fucking awesome. Shut up. You know who Rey Mysterio is, so shut it up.
Yes, I do.
Anywho.
Anyway, by the time he graduated, I had gathered that he was okay with the gays. But like
You
when we
completed that investigation, huh, Sherlock?
when we first met, I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, in that same semester, there was also the lesbian in the dressing room debacle.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
And so I was very, and I'm not the kind of person who, like, when I meet someone, I'm like, hello, my name is Jordan and I'm gay. Like, that is not who I am.
It's like a little
That
name
was
tag.
the society that we lived in.
But, like, I think maybe, and this totally has to do with the people that Noah used to hang around, was very intimidated and was like, let's not tell these people about who I am as a person.
The people I used to hang around, meaning specifically my ex-girlfriend
And her friends.
and her scary, scary friends.
I mean, and one of them was a flaming homosexual. So, the other Noah.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say there's at least 3 that I could think of.
I was like, which?
The other Noah. But anyway. So I think back then, probably would not have told Noah about who I was. But like, when Noah and I did start talking, it was because he was helping me design my dick. So that was the whole reason we started talking in the first place.
The first
Romance,
dick pic
and they
I
say
ever sent
romance is
Jordan
dead.
was not my own.
Yeah, they say romance is dead, and look at that. A story, a Hallmark story for the ages.
Truly. A modern
there's-
day Romeo and Juliet.
If there's anything that we could teach you in this podcast, just send a dick pic.
Well, no,
I
don't
have a
do that.
text from Noah way before like we were even like good friends. And it says send me the nudes. Because we were matching skin tones.
The bravery it takes to send a text like that.
Send me your nudes.
Either the bravery or the stupidity it takes.
Was this Jordan? Were you the one that put send nudes and salt?
No, that was Lane.
No, that was lame.
That was Lane. Okay.
And
that
then
was that.
she actually got nudes.
Well, because she posted it on her fucking Snapchat. That was
She
dumb. That
did.
was stupid. It was a dumb move.
Pot was a bad move. Deal with it, you twat.
Was that the time when sorry, this is off topic, but was that the time that Ian and I like drove like maniacs to pick her up for
It was
midnight
midnight
breakfast? Yeah, but
Yeah.
was that the time, Ian? Do you remember that?
I do remember that. We did drive like maniacs.
We drove. I think we went from the dining hall, and my car was in like the lot that you had to go down like the 100 stairs.
Right.
E-lot.
E-lot, yes, thank you. I don't remember the letters.
God, we're getting old.
We went
Anyway.
from the dining hall to E-lot to her apartment back to the dining hall in like 5 minutes.
That's too fast. That's too fast.
It's
That's
midnight
the,
breakfast,
um,
bitch.
I was flying down that hill.
That is the same midnight breakfast that I started a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Who starts a relationship at breakfast? What a holy time. And you're gonna start a fucking relationship? Absolutely gross.
First of all, breakfast.
Breakfast is the holiest meal of the day.
Only if you're serving Swiss cheese.
No. Breakfast,
Stop.
if it's breakfast food at any time, it becomes a holy meal. I just
It's
want everyone to
true.
know that.
Breakfast is pretty holy.
Unpopular opinion, not a huge fan of breakfast food.
Same.
Can't date
Well,
anymore.
Same.
Popular opinion, not
You
a
guys
huge
are
fan of
witnessing
Noah.
it first. Noah,
That's a very popular
Noah, I
opinion.
need you
actually.
to look at me.
Yes.
We're done. Get out of my bed.
Well,
Okay, this is
Jordan.
my fucking bed.
Jordan, you have to say it correctly. You have to look him in the eyes, right? Soulfully in the eyes. Serious face on. And you just say, and I quote, "We're fucking Dunyan rings."
Not we're Dunyan rings.
No,
I forgot about this. I forgot
Say it.
we're
about
fucking
Dunyan
done
rings.
your ring.
You can't
There-
even say it.
I
Gotta
forgot
banish you to
about
the fucking
Dunyan
shadow
rings.
realm.
I'm already there, bitch. You can't
I'm
banish
bringing
me
it-
somewhere I already am.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing Dunyan rings back.
Fucking onion rings, bitch.
That was you that made it, wasn't it, Frankie?
What?
I'm gonna start
Freshman
saying that to
year?
my customers.
I said that a lot in freshman year, and then like we
We went from Dunyan rings to Mike's Hard Yikes.
yeah.
Mike's hard. Yikes.
It was a natural progression.
Speaking of dating, this is gonna go off track, and then we can bring back another prompt. But this is fun, a little fun dating thing. I sent you guys this. I sent Noah, or not Noah, sorry, Ian and Jordan this little story. But the furries have been offended this week
The furries have been offended. Oh dear.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
by a show that's coming out, a dating show that's coming
Oh my god.
on Netflix.
Yes.
Called Sexy Beasts, and I'm very excited for Sexy Beasts.
We
I
need
can't-
to
It's our
watch
new
it.
Love is Blind.
Well, Love is Blind season 2 is taking about like 35 years to come out, so
I blame Jessica.
I blame
Always blame Jessica.
I blame Nick Lachey for being Nick Lachey, but
God. But it's Jessica's fault. We all know it.
yeah, that's a weird but the furry said that it's exploitative of furries. So
What? Okay. Well.
anyway,
I
do you
feel
have-
like they're just gonna have to deal with it.
do you have any other prompts, Jordan?
I do have a couple. Give me a second to go back to them. We kind of talked about this one, but I'll throw it out there again. Biggest difficulty is dating. Just in general.
In general, like, or as like an LGBT person, like what?
As an LGBT person, as a straight person dating in the community, just dating. Just dating.
I mean, dating's hard.
Dating's hard in general. I think it's especially, well, I don't want to say it's especially hard for us, but like I think a big factor in difficulty is, there are still homophobes out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Like one time I went on a date and legit almost got hate crimed at the restaurant.
Yikes.
So like that definitely makes dating really, really difficult still.
Mhm.
And then again,
Man.
I think a lot of the stereotypes are still prevalent. I think they're getting better, and I think there are a lot more conversations about, a lot of things, but I think there's still some stereotypes and harmful things out there that are still around that we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Y'all need to move to Virginia. It's so inclusive here.
Is it?
It really is. Like Northern Virginia is a different state than the rest of Virginia. Because like Northern Virginia is since it's so close to the capital, it's like one of the most diverse areas in the entire world. And there's just so many different kinds of people here.
I was gonna say, are you in the part of Virginia or are you in part of DC that could become a state?
We're
We're like right on the precipice there.
Yeah, we're very, very. We are in like the thick of Northern Virginia. It's
Would you
literally
say
what
you're
people
into
call
the
it.
thick of
No,
it?
I wouldn't say that. I would not. I
Into the
would
thick
ban.
of it.
I will ban both of you immediately.
This is gonna be Frankie and Noah's podcast.
I will block you both on Skype.
The backyard.
We're all gang banned. Frankie's not gonna
Gang,
talk to us
one-man
anymore.
show.
We're all gangbanged.
We're all gang banged. Is that what the G stands for? And LGBT.
Frankie, don't ban us, please.
I'll think about it.
Frankie, don't ban us. We're your friends. We love you. I mean, is there any? I know we touched upon it, but Jordan and anybody else chime in? Like, is there any specific like difficulties that you can think of, or
For just dating in general, or
I for me, oh god. If I choose to say something right now and then decide I want to cut from the episode, is that like a thing?
it can be a thing, but I will say it's easier for me to upload if I don't have to really do much editing.
Okay. So then I'll reword it.
Type it into Word.
There
Maybe
is-
Clippy will help you come up with better wording.
There is a group.
the part is you want to date Clippy? I knew it.
God, I know.
I understand.
Anyway, no, there is a group in the community that I cannot stand.
Is it turfs?
I mean, yes, I do not like the turfs, but that is a general opinion that I think a lot of people would agree on.
You would
This
think.
is a hot take.
Yeah.
You would think, but I think it's a hot take to for some to hate turfs, even though turfs suck.
But
I'll say
Turfs do suck. Fuck turfs.
How brave.
it.
A straight man hating the turfs.
Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Frankie, for hating
yeah.
the turfs.
there
You as well, Noah.
there is a
Thank you.
sizable group in the community that I cannot stand, and they make me not enjoy the community. And it's very hard. I mean, thankfully, I don't have to deal with that anymore. But when I was like on the apps and like looking around, it was very hard to avoid these people.
It's people named Ian.
No,
Wow.
It's not people named
Wow.
It's and I don't know how to like.
If you don't want to say it, you don't have to say it.
No, it's not like it's a very general group. It is it's the annoying gay people. It's like the people you see on
The
TikTok
annoying
mostly.
Gay people.
Who,
You just don't like
All of
annoying.
them.
You just don't like
No.
annoying people.
It's no, you know what I mean.
I don't know what you
It's
mean.
the people who are like they are
Believe
like
it or
die hard. Like their entire like everything they do is about the gays. They
Why?
can't enjoy anything that is not explicitly gay.
Oh, okay.
Like you cannot shop at a place if it is not run and owned and supports the LGBT. I'm not saying you should shop at places that don't support LGBT, but like I don't. What's a restaurant that like Burger King? Burger
Does
King, in
Burger
order
King
to make
support
fun
the
of
gays?
Chick-fil-A, is so they are donating to the LGBT community.
Yeah. Get dunked on, Chick-fil-A.
But like, there are people who are like, well, why would you go to Burger King when you can go to this burger joint that's run by an LGBT person?
Well, because Burger King's like $3, and that LGBTQ burger is probably vegan, and it's probably like $26.
To be
But
fair,
it's
how sad is it that Chick-fil-A is getting dunked on by fucking Burger King though?
I
Burger King,
think that's so funny.
Out of
That's
all the
funny.
places,
fucking Burger King, Jesus
can't
Christ.
even be McDonald's. What the fuck?
Burger
But
King's
you know,
barely
like
a
what I'm
restaurant.
talking about. It is
Burger King is barely a restaurant.
It's like Wyoming, barely a state.
Wow.
We're bringing back all of
Or,
our old
like-
jokes tonight.
I cannot like go to Walmart and buy clothes because I should be buying them online from like an LGBT run shop. It's those people. And it's like, listen, I don't have the money to pay for shipping for clothes. I can get a shirt at Walmart for $2.
You can get a shirt that almost looks like a Pride shirt, and then you see the bottom of the shirt and it says Faith, and you realize it's not a Pride shirt; it's a Christian shirt.
Right. No,
Remember, Ian?
Yes,
Pepperidge
I-
Farm remembers.
I remember this.
but
Just
it's
trans
that
colors and
group
everything.
in the community, and it's so hard to avoid them, especially when dating.
This is also like maybe outside of the LGBT thing, but and maybe I'm going too far here in saying this. So correct me or stop me if I am. But as a very very far left person on the political
How
spectrum,
far left, Frankie?
I'm gonna be a lawyer, Ian, so I'd rather not say
I
publicly
know.
right now.
No, I know.
I'd rather have a job before I say things. As a very far left person, though, there are leftists who will be like, "Oh, don't support this, don't support this, don't support this, don't support this." And while there are some lines you should draw, so like, I do draw a line at Chick-fil-A.
Right.
There are some lines that people financially cannot draw
Right.
because
Like if it is in your means to like support those people, absolutely.
yes,
But,
But-
like that, you just
y-
can't.
yeah, you have the groups that are like that. You should support them no matter what, and it's like, yeah, I want to. I wish I could, but financially, at this point in my life, I can't do that. And there are groups I think in a lot of different communities that are like that, where they're like, well, you should support them no matter what, and then you're like, I want to, but I also need to be financially stable.
Yeah, it's not feasible to be able to do that, especially in the society that we live in that is so
In this economy.
corporate run. And this economy.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I feel you though.
I mean, I'm not like I don't want to seem like I'm going back on my statement. If everything was like one flat rate, like if every pad costs the same amount of money, if every piece of chicken costs the same amount of money, then I would absolutely actively seek and support members in the community.
Oh
But
yeah,
I just can't. That is not how it works.
you don't have the financial resources because obviously they aren't the same price, and also you don't have the and people forget of this as a resource, but you don't have the time to do that kind of detailed level of research into every single company.
I think too, it also depends on location. You know, sometimes we're just not in the right area really to do so.
Yeah, living in Pittsburgh, you might have more access or living in like a big city, you might have more access to those kinds of things than
Right.
living in a small town or living somewhere like
Outside of the city.
Yeah, outside of the city or a rural community.
And I mean, absolutely, like, if I'm on Etsy quite often, right?
Sure,
I do
I'll support. I'll
support.
believe you.
I do support businesses on there that are LGBT, but that's when I have the money. So, and if I'm not looking for something specific. So, like, I bought lightsaber earrings at the beginning of the summer.
Fucking nerd alert.
I know, God. And there were a couple different sellers that sold them. I'm not gonna tell you that I looked at every single seller and was like, who supports LGBT? Is anyone LGBT? But like, there was this one person, I knew that their product was good. Their stuff was on sale. And then when I was checking out, you can donate, like round up to the dollar and donate, right? And it was for the Trevor Project. And so I was like, oh yeah, bonus. But like, she herself, like, she was not an LGBT owner. I'm sure someone would have sold something, some earrings I would have loved, and they were LGBT, but like, it's not what I was looking for. I wanted to be a nerd.
I wanted to be a weeb.
Star Wars isn't anime.
Well, but you know it is. Corey in the house.
What?
It's the best anime of all time.
Is there anything else we'd like to discuss for our final Pride episode? Not forever, but for this year. We're coming up on like an hour. For an hour.
The only other thing I had was dating apps, but like, I think we're good.
I think we can do like a more general dating episode and talk about that.
All you need to know is that they're awful.
They are awful. You're not wrong.
Yeah, generally, yeah, but you know.
Yeah, generally they're awful, but sometimes you get lucky.
All right. Well, this has been a good episode.
This has been great.
But since I'm not hosting this episode, someone else gets to take care of business.
All right, you sluts and bitches out there.
All right, way to fucking endear yourself.
So, you know what to do. We do this at the end of every episode. But if you're not familiar, first off, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Hit that like and subscribe. Follow us on all of our social medias. Follow us on the gram. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on the Twitter, even though we need to get a new social media team for the Twitter, probably.
How dare you? They're doing a great job.
And send us a question. Jordan really wants to.
Please email me.
I'm gonna let you know right now we have 0 questions in the email. We had 3 emails, all from Google.
The day that it happens, we're gonna throw a party.
I'm gonna cry.
The day it happens, my laptop will explode and the episode will disappear.
The day
we
it
won't
happens,
actually answer the question.
the day it happens, we're gonna get a phone call, and on the other end, they'll just go 7 days.
It's the fucking FBI, like, coming to arrest us.
It's the FBI, yeah. But yeah, so without any other further comments or things, this has been fun. Happy Pride, everybody. And
Happy
Happy
Pride.
Pride. It's Ian.
It's Jordan Ringworm Turner.
It's Frankie.
And special guest Noah.
Thank you, Noah, for being our special guest.
Noah the fucking Redditor. Nice job.
It's always a fucking pleasure
All right.
to be a
Bye.
Redditor.
Bye,
Fine, it's fine.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.